Hey guys, back with some more Bazaar, and this is my guide to Season 4 so far. So in this video, we're going to be covering a variety of things. We're going to be covering things like the prize pass, things like the challenges, some of the shopping stuff. In particular, we also are going to have a look at some of the expansion items. So we're going to have a look at From the Shadows on Vanessa. Then we'll also have a look at the Pig expansion as well, Piggle Storm. So we'll just have a look through all of that. Just a quick note, guys, if you could like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below, it really helps out the channel a lot. I love making content like this for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So, first of all, Season 4, Seagate Summer. So, we can see here, Prize Pass explained, so we can earn up to 600 XP per day by completing daily challenges, and each prize tier requires 500 XP. You can see a couple of the rewards in the preview here. That's kind of how the prize pass works. It's a pretty default battle pass. So we can see here, I'll just skip through because these are just chests and rank tickets. But then, so at tier 10, we have the Piggle Storm Pygmalion expansion. Then at 20, we have this lovely rug, Coastal Currents. Then at 30, we have Vanessa's expansion, From the Shadows. At 40, we have the Sunken Treasure Gold Bank. Nothing at 50, then we go to 60 and we get Take a Break Vanessa. Then at 80 we get Tides of Pelago, the Legendary album. This is a new addition, having legendaries in the prize pass, just basically to reward people who have been playing the game a lot. And then for the final one we have another legendary at tier 100, Legendary Game Board Pelago Palace. So we saw all of this stuff in the trailer, very, very excited for this stuff. I think that obviously it's a new format. So previously they just had 60. They just had 60 and then they had rewards at, I believe it was 60, 45, 30, 15. Whereas now it's kind of almost every 10, except for 50, I believe. We'll have a look at the expansions quickly because I do want to go over them. I'll do like a more in-depth guide for each one as well. But I just wanted to go over what's been revealed, what we know, and the changes, I guess. So first we have Wetwear. This is from the Shadows, so medium aquatic apparel tech, 8 seconds. When we use a weapon, this gains 20 shield for the fight. If you have another tech item, reduce this item's cooldown by 2 seconds. Honestly, in the early game, this is a good item. In the first couple of battles, putting up that much shield when we have a wide weapons board on Vanessa, this can just slot in really well, especially when we have so many tech weapons now. It just manages to fit in a lot of builds and just provide a lot of defense. I don't think it really works late into the game, but it's solid. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. Next we have Burning Mask. This used to be 8 seconds and its scaling was slightly better, but now it's a 10, burn 3 apparel tech. And when we crit, our burn items gain burn for the fight, and when we slow, we charge this 2 seconds. So it's more of the slow burn archetype, which we have seen a lot of, but now instead what we do is we slow and burn on this item, but now, as well as that, when we crit, our burn items also gain more burn for the fight. Then we have Dart Launcher, one of my personal favorites so far. I've been loving using this with some proboscis and other slow adjacent items. Dart Launcher, so small weapon tech, deal 5 damage. If this is adjacent to a slow item, slow 1 item for 1 second. If this is adjacent to a poison item, poison. Now, a funny little tech, if you put this next to another dart launcher, it fulfills the requirements. So, because it is a slow item and it is a poison item. So if you dupe it somehow and you put it next to each other, then it fulfills all the requirements. Something that I love running with that is Kusurigama, a small weapon tech, deals 5 damage every 6 seconds and we slow an item for 1 second. And when we slow or crit, this and adjacent weapons gain 5 damage for the fight. Just kind of helps scale, and I love playing this with something like a proboscis with tons of slow. It's basically trained for this and adjacent weapons, basically. And then we get upgraded and the scaling gets even better. Cyber Psy, I haven't personally used this one yet. It seems a little bit janky. So it's 5 seconds, deal 20 damage, weapon and tech. The first, one time we crit with this each fight, we take no damage for a second, and then on each upgrade, that time increases. So we are able to do it twice, and 3 times, and then 4 times eventually. Integrated Hug is a small apparel tech item. The item to the right of this has plus 10% crit chance, and when we crit with the item to the right, we slow an item for 1 second. So obviously it works well with Oni Mask. We have that slow crit synergy. Cauterizing Blade, medium weapon tech, 5 seconds. So we have our base damage and burn, but it's a quest item, so we can choose them between slow and haste, and that provides our scaling. It's similar in vibe to something like a shark ray or a mantis shrimp. Obviously, it's much quicker than a mantis shrimp. The scaling is kind of similar, but not as good. And obviously, you can choose between slow and haste instead of just slow like a mantis shrimp. Then we have Stealth Glider, which I think has the potential to be the most busted item on this list when you run something like a Langjon or something along those lines. So we take no damage for the first 8 seconds of each fight or until we use an item. It's a large vehicle tech item. So we think about the cooldown of a Langjon. We can probably get it to below 8 seconds confidently. And we just use a Langjon and we just kill someone. Seems good to me. One that I also think is a ton of fun is Shuriken. We deal 5 damage, it has 3 ammo. This has multicast equal to its ammo, so similar to dive weights in that regard. However, when we use this, we spend all of its ammo. So essentially, what I like to look, this is just pure Vanessa burst is what we're back at. And this obviously goes really well with some of the other stuff, like if we get some scaling with Crystal Rugama on this, we just want to get the damage up. And this can do a ton of damage if we get enough, basically. Next we have Bladed Hoverboard, so it's medium weapon tech aquatic vehicle. Ugh. When we use an adjacent item, we deal 40 damage. These two synergize really well with each other. Obviously, this just kind of like doubles the damage of that thing. So this used to have cooldown for adjacent items as well, but that got removed. Solid item. It's just a passive item that does damage when we use a nice quick adjacent item, whether that's a weapon or a non-weapon item. Later in the video, I will do a more in-depth guide on this stuff, or probably not in this video, but in another one. I want to do a full guide on the expansion packs. So, next expansion pack we have is the pig one, Pickle Storm. So this has been changed a lot. It used to be absolutely broken until they tweaked a lot of stuff, but we will go through their current forms. Sponsored apparel. So at the start of each fight, if this is in play, we spend 8 gold to increase the value of all your items by 1. When we use an item, shield equal to that item's value. Value is misspelled here. I've just noticed that. It's good when we look at some things as part of the expansion, like premium pickles that rely on value scaling. So when we use an item, we shield equal to that item's value, and obviously just provides us with a ton of defense in the case of its shield. Tournament Arena, this used to be a silver large item, giving our toys multicast, and it used to be econ. So it used to also give us a toy at the start of each day. This is great at Diamond. It used to be absolutely busted, because you could find it at silver, and you could build around it. Display case, for the start of each fight, adjacent items gain plus value. When we use an item with more than 10 value, we shield for 20. It's kind of similar to sponsored apparel, except we're doing it for free and it's only for adjacent items. And it's only when we're using an item with more than a certain amount of value, we do a fixed amount of shield, rather than shielding equal to an item's value. Picklestorm Gaming House, so your weapons, shield, and heal items gain plus 5 for the fight. Every 6 seconds, it's a large property, and when we use a toy or friend, we charge it 2 seconds. And we'll just go over this one quickly because it ties in really well to that. Medium toy apparel weapon, Pickles Launcher, so we deal 10 damage, we shield 10, we heal 10, and we burn 1. When we use a small item, we charge this. So obviously these two kind of go hand in hand a little bit, just in terms of its scaling. It does take up a lot of space. I haven't really played a lot of this since the nerf, so I couldn't tell you whether they're still good together, but that, I think, was the intention. Alright, so Money Furnace. This is another item that got hotfixed because of how stupid it was. It used to be, when you spend X money, you get that money in X burn. So, like, if I spent 100 gold, Money Furnace gets 100 burn. It used to have a longer cooldown of 10 seconds, but now what we have here is a medium tool. 8 seconds, we burn equal to this item's value. And at the start of each fight, if this is in place, spend 8 gold to increase this item's value by 4. To me, kind of seems like a slightly worse Cures, maybe. Like, it's just a medium tool and it does the same thing. I don't know whether it's better or worse, but it just feels very same as that now. Yeah, I think it makes more sense it makes sense thematically, obviously. You know, we're just burning up money, right? We're spending 8 gold to increase the burn of it. It makes sense. Premium Pickles, adjacent items gain value plus 3 for the fight. At the start of each day, you get a Premium Pickle. We will go through the Pickles later as well, because most of them have been reworked and there's some new ones. Small toy. Basically, we just get a Pickle, and the Premium Pickles at least work off of value scaling. So this is a nice, quick, small item. Synergize as well. Then we have Pickles Board, another absolutely amazing item. Medium toy, and when we use a toy, we charge another toy 1 second, and then a diamond, it goes to 2 seconds of charge. This is amazing. When we combine it with Tournament Arena, where we get multicast, it just turns into a ton of charge, which just makes us go super rapidly. Then we have Streaming Setup. Your non-property items have double value during combat. Adjacent non-property items also have crit chance equal to 1 times their value. Pretty clear synergy with something like Money Furnace, which relies on value scaling and isn't a property. Alright, Pickles Protectors. So shield for 5, this has double shield. It's a small toy of 4 seconds. Pretty self-explanatory, so it'll actually shield for 10, and then the shield scales at each level. I've already explained the Pickles launcher. I will just go over to Bazaar DB and explain the Pickles now. Alright, so we've got some Pickles. Obviously, so blue Pickles remains the same. It's crit chance. Now we have green Pickles, which is also new. So the heal items adjacent to the right, to the left, gains heal. Orange Pickles, so the burn items. These are just regular Pickles still. So the burn items gain scaling. And then, obviously we have Pickles, which remains the same. Now we have premium Pickles. So premium green Pickles, we heal equal to triple this item's value. This is where the value scaling comes in of some of these other items. 5-second small heal cooldown. Then we have premium red Pickles, deal damage equal to triple this item's value. And then we have premium yellow Pickles with shield equal to triple this item's value. So it's just these 4, which are the premium Pickles. That is literally it. So everything else remains the same, right? We've got our regular Pickles, our other Pickles giver. It is kind of weird that it's named the same thing, but it's Pickles, it's not a Pickle. Yeah, so those are the new Pickles, which I think thematically they're a lot of fun. They seem like a lot of fun. I have played with them quite a bit before the nerf, but not since then. I have seen them work, but I just haven't personally played with them. Alright, next I will go through the cosmetics quickly. Obviously, we've seen the Legendary Board and Album. They've pivoted away from having that in the chest this season, and instead we are able to unlock that through the prize pass. Now we have a bunch of skins, and I'll just go through this stuff because, and obviously we have Pierre Conditioner at Diamond, but this sort of stuff, I'm not going to go through all of them because they matter less. So, Splashdown Dooley. Summer Surf Pygmalion, also a legendary. These are our 2 legendary items apart from the ones in the prize pass. Then we have Summer Bounty Vanessa at Diamond and Summer Sabbatical Mac at Diamond. Eden Summer Rug at Gold, Mermaid's Treasure Rug at Gold. We have Ocean's Calm, a gold card back. Barrel of Beware at Diamond. I've seen this, it looks really, really fun. It's a Diamond Stash, and then we have the Clamshell Clash at Diamond. I will go through and show you some of these briefly. Alright, so first we have my Summer Surf Pygmalion. We can see the little animation of him drinking out of the pineapple. I love this skin. It gives some real, obviously, summer vibes. He just seems like a very typical tourist with the shark necklaces and stuff. I do like this one. Then we have Summer Sabbatical Mac. Obviously a little bit more of a conservative traveler. He's got a gown on. He's got an umbrella. Doesn't want to get in the sun with a funky looking drink. Alright, now we have from the Discord, we have Summer Bounty Vanessa, the other diamond skin. I like this one as well. We've got the coral in the bag, and then other cool elements. We've got the cool hair ties, the trident. Like, we've kind of got some like seaweed looking flaps coming off of her. Like a knife strap. I really like this one. And obviously all the Shirko fans will love it as well because her behind is here in full force. But yeah, I love the skin as well. And now we have, I think, my favorite skin of the patch, which I don't have yet, but it is Splashdown Dooley. He's just a little guy with water guns. I love this. It looks so fun. Like he's flying around squirting people with water. It's adorable. There isn't really much more to say. He's so cute. Alright, now we have Clamshell Cash. Don't have this one yet, unfortunately. It's just a cool big conch shell filled with gold. Haven't seen it full, but it does look kind of cool. Now we have Eden Summer. This is one of the rugs from the season as well. I love the floral patterns. Doesn't feel as beachy as everything else, but I do love the colors and the vibrancy of this one. We also have Mermaid's Treasure, the other rug here. We can't see all of it, but we can kind of tell, like we've got some shell looking shapes here with light pink. We have some scales on here as well. I love the blue, the golds, and the pinks in this one. And now we have maybe my favorite is the barrel. I think this is the bank or the stash. I think it's a stash. We can see some little evil looking red eyes poking out of the barrel with some tentacles coming out of the sides and some really evil looking spikes. I love this one. I think it's really creative. We've got some sort of little evil monster inside of this barrel, and I just love the look of it. Here's another look at it. We can see it better from above. Old rug, then at diamond we get smiling shoals. Then at secret, at legendary we get secret currents, a legendary rug. Now I do have a screenshot of the first person to get this rug, so I'll pull it up now. So you can see here from V, we have the #1 edition of secret currents. It looks amazing. I love the texture of it. It feels kind of like furry a little bit. Not necessarily velvet, but I just love the texture of it. Funnily enough, you also got the first edition of Smiling Shoals, the diamond rug. This one also looks really cool. Not as amazing, but I do love the hand stitch kind of feeling. Then we have the subscription stuff for this season. So we have Splashdown here, which I'll show you in a second. Obviously, we still have double price pass XP and double rank mode chests. So Splashdown, this might be my favorite card that we've gotten from the subscription. My favorite card back, I believe it's just been card back so far. Apart from the first one, which was a board. This one, I love the texture on it. I love how the edges of the waves are really coming through. It looks quite stunning, actually. Alright, so that'll be it for the video. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. I believe that was pretty much all of the, base level stuff for this season so far. We looked at all the cosmetics, we looked at the prize pass, we looked at pretty much everything at a surface level. And now you get to stare at my glorious bugged screen as I say goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.